Myth 1. The Earth's climate has always changed. Over the course of Earth's 4.5 billion year history, the climate has changed a lot. This is true. However, the rapid warming we're seeing now can't be explained by natural cycles of warming and cooling. The kind of changes that would normally happen over hundreds of thousands of years are happening in decades. Global temperatures are now at their highest since records began. In fact, the 10 warmest years on Earth since 1880 have occurred since 2014. So when people talk about climate change today, they mean anthropogenic human-made climate change. This is the warming of Earth's average temperature as a result of human activity. Global warming is causing the Earth's average surface temperature to rise, which, in turn, is causing changes in our natural climate systems. These changes are making all sorts of extreme weather events more likely and more severe, including more intense droughts, heat waves, and hurricanes, but also, strangely, an increased potential for more severe cold weather events. Climate change makes extreme weather more frequent and intense, including heat waves, wildfires, and floods. The evidence shows that extreme heat waves have increased since the 1950s, and human-induced climate change is the main driver. With every additional increment of global warming, in addition, the global wildfire season is getting longer, due to higher temperatures and longer droughts. China is mostly responsible for climate change. Human-induced climate change is something that has been happening for many years, and Western countries, like the UK, have played a big role in contributing to carbon emissions over the past 200 years. The demand for renewable energy and the need to clean up air pollution in its major cities. Climate change is a global issue, and we all have a responsibility to step up to tackle the climate crisis. The problem is, there's only so much carbon dioxide they can absorb, and this amount is getting less, as more and more forests are cut down across the world, largely to produce our food. This one isn't a complete myth. Darwin got the adaptation part right. However, let's be clear, some plants and animals will adapt, but not all. Myth 7. Polar bear numbers are increasing. This isn't the case. Climate change is the biggest threat faced by polar bears. The Arctic is warming roughly 4 times faster than the rest of the world, causing sea ice to melt earlier and form later each year. Polar bears are having to survive with less food than they did previously. Polar bear populations are predicted to decline by 30% by the middle of this century. The belief that renewable energy is expensive simply isn't true. Solar power and wind are the cheapest ways of generating electricity, meaning that both challenges have the same solution. Myth 9. Renewable energy can only work when it's not cloudy or windy. The energy industry is developing new methods for storing electricity and managing demand at peak times. Human-made climate change is the biggest crisis of our time. It threatens the future of the planet that we depend on for our survival, and we're the last generation that can do something about it. In 2015, 196 countries signed the Paris Agreement, uniting in the shared objective of halting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius